Good day everyone, I'm Carlin Jean Cosito and for today's vlog, I'm going to discuss about the basic operation of the integers. So there are four fundamentals operation of integers which is addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. So first, in addition, to add integers with the same sign, keep the same sign and add the absolute value of each number. So for example, 8 plus 21 is equals to 29. And then what if there are both negative sign? So for example, negative 13 plus negative 9, it is equals to negative 22. And the next, to add integers with different sign, keep the sign of the number with the largest absolute value and subtract the smallest absolute value from the largest. So for example, negative 9 plus 6 is equals to negative 3. And then negative 2 plus 13, positive 13 is equals to positive 11. So always remember in addition, if they have the same sign, add the two integers and then copy the sign of the largest absolute value. Next, in subtraction. To subtract two integers, rewrite the subtraction expression as the first number plus the opposite of the second number. So for example, 12 minus 6 is equals to 12 plus negative 6 is equals to 6. And then second example is negative 6 minus negative 2 is equals to negative 6 plus positive 2 is equals to negative 4. So in subtraction, always remember to subtract an integer, add its opposite. Multiplication. Rule number 1. The product of a positive integer and negative integer is negative. So for example, 5 times negative 2 is equals to negative 10. And then second example is 4 times negative 3 is equals to negative 12. So always remember in multiplication, if the product of two integers having opposite signs, then the product of their absolute values are negative also. Why? Because if you are going to multiply positive times negative, the result is negative. So rule number 2, the product of two positive integers is positive. So for example, 9 times 6 is equals to 54. Then second example is 2 times 13 is equals to 26. So in this given example, they have both same sign which is positive, so the result is positive. Rule number 3. The product of two negative integers is positive. So for example, negative 6 times negative 2 is equals to 12. And then second example is negative 13 times negative 9 is equals to positive 117. So they have both negative signs, so all you have to do is to add the two integers, so the result is positive. Because if you are going to multiply negative times negatives, the result is positive. So in division, rule number 1, the quotient of a positive integer and negative integer is negative. So for example, 24 divide negative 6 is equals to negative 4. And then second example is 30 divide negative 5 is equals to negative 6. So what is the rule? The rule is if both integers have different sign, the quotient will be negative. Rule number 2, the quotient of two positive integer is positive. So for example, 20 divided 2 is equals to 10. And then second example is 18 divided 6 is equals to 3. If both integers have the same sign, so the result will positive. Rule number 3. The quotient of two negative integers is positive. So for example, negative 15 divided negative 3 is equals to positive 5. And then second example is negative 12 divided negative 4 is equals to positive 3. So what is the rule? If both integer is negative, all you have to do is to change the sign into positive. So that will be the quotient will be positive.